Springtime in rural southwestern Ontario can certainly be a messy affair. As the snow melts, the rivers and creeks rise, the gravel roads get your car even filthier than normal, and taking a shortcut across a farmer's field becomes an exercise in endurance, with every step becoming harder than the one before as heavy mud cakes onto your rubber boots, and sometimes causes you to lose those boots entirely. When I was a kid, the arrival of mucky, messy weather also motivated Saturday afternoon outings with my siblings and cousins to one of my favorite places in the world, a place we lovingly referred to as the Death Cliffs. Now, I admit that the Death Cliffs is probably an overly dramatic name for what is essentially a section of high, muddy banks along the 9 Mile River near our home in Port Albert, but giving them a name like that certainly added an air of adventure and excitement to our visits. In any event, each year springtime transformed the Death Cliffs into a soupy mess filled with pits of clay that were perfect for diving into, and within moments of arriving we'd be covered in mud from head to toe. On one outing, I was joined by my brother Nicholas, my sister Meghan, and our cousins Jonathan and Adam. We found ourselves a particularly sloppy clay pit and took turns doing cannonballs into the mud. Before long, however, Meghan found herself waist deep in the muck and very, very stuck. Now, there'd be hell to pay if we had just left her in the mud, so Nicholas and I decided to be good big brothers, and we reached down to help extricate our little sister. We each took a slippery grip on her wrist and pulled as hard as we could. Unfortunately, the play clothes Meghan decided to wear that day included a pair of hand-me-down sweatpants with an elastic band well past its prime. And as a consequence, the more we pulled Meghan from the mud, the more her pants would fall down. And so every time we were making headway, Meghan would feel herself losing her trousers and quickly pull her hands away so she could hoist her pants back up. And of course, every time she did that, she'd just sink back into the clay. Caught between the total embarrassment of losing her pants in front of her family and being stranded in a pit of clay for all eternity, Meghan broke down in tears as we repeated the extremely futile attempts to get her out with her dignity intact. But as the minutes ticked by, it was becoming increasingly clear that while pulling her out of the clay was doable, the Death Cliffs were going to keep her pants as a souvenir. Eventually, Meghan's survival instincts overpowered her mortification, and she stopped trying to hold her pants up while we pulled her out of the mud. In the end, I saw way more of my sister's bum than I would have liked, but she was finally free. As Meghan's muddy misadventures reminded me, being free often requires us to make the difficult decision to let go. Yes, letting go of her pants was a tough call, and Lord knows I wish there was a way out of it that didn't involve a pantsless sister, but it was the only way for her to free herself from being stuck. It can be really hard to let go, but clinging to something can prevent you from moving on. For example, unfollowing an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend on Facebook may be what you need to move on from a past relationship. Letting go of the expectation that your job will be all sunshine and lollipops can help free you from feelings of resentment and disappointment. Being willing to sell your house and get rid of your stuff can give you the freedom to pull up stakes and move across the country to take your dream job. Giving up your favorite fast food might be necessary to achieve the healthy lifestyle you want. And yeah, letting go of your pants may be the only way to get out of the clay. Whether it's bad habits, unhealthy relationships, mistakes, or material attachments, letting go can be challenging, but it's also often a prerequisite for meaningful change. In short, becoming who you want to be takes guts to leave behind the things that are holding you back. In the spirit of this story, this week's Badge of Awesome goes to Carolyn James for her article on Tiny Buddha called How High Expectations Can Lead to Disappointment, Depression, and Anxiety. In it, she offers some thought-provoking ideas about how letting go of unrealistic expectations can help transform your life. I've included a link in the description below, so be sure to check it out. If you like this story, check out my book, Misadventure Musings, Lessons Learned from Life's Awesome and Absurd Moments. An illustrated collection of 40 true stories from my life, Misadventure Musings uses humor and storytelling to give practical advice on overcoming obstacles, work-life balance, and more. Find out what being blindfolded and left in a farmer's field taught me about failure. what my so-so odds at beating cancer taught me about asking for help. Or what lying in a puddle of puke taught me about tunnel vision. It's self-help with a sense of humor. Personal development with a punchline. So whether you're looking for some inspiration, a few laughs, the perfect gift for someone, or are just really keen to find out what a kayak full of leeches can teach you, visit badgeofawesome.com and order your copy today.